debut album in rock history, and I'm just realizing this, that 4 of my 5 records were released in the 70s, which is my favorite decade for music, and also tells you a lot because being 55, that's when I came into my own as a rock fan and really, really was first getting into it. So makes sense for me personally, given my age. But to me, the greatest debut album in rock history is the debut album from Van Halen. 1978, 11 tracks, 35 minutes long. Production-wise, sound-wise, I stack it against anything still to this day. Doesn't sound the least bit dated. What can I say about Eddie Van Halen that hasn't been said 1,000 times before? Talk about game-changing. But obviously, the contributions of the other 3 members equally important, in my opinion. And what do you want to take off the record? Where's the weak link? Running with the Devil, Eruption, You Really Got Me, Ain't Talking About Love, I'm the One, Jamie's Crying, Atomic Punk, Feel Your Love Tonight, Little Dreamer, Ice Cream Man, On Fire. You've got an album that bookends Running with the Devil and On Fire. Are you kidding me? Conversation over, case closed. Van Halen 1 is the greatest debut album in rock history. Thank you. Good night. Now, before we get into the other lists and your lists and hear what you have to say via the email, I do want to mention, just for the hell of it, because I'm sure these records are going to come up, some other albums that I was thinking of that didn't make my list that are really, really great records as well, but you just can't do it all. First Bad Company record. First Motley Crue album, Too Fast for Love, which is still my favorite Crue album. Rat Out of the Cellar, great record. More recently, Love the Struts' first record. An incredibly tough cut for me was Zeppelin 1. And the only reason why I didn't put Zeppelin 1 over some of these other records is because it is not my favorite Zeppelin record. I mean, I can give you 2 or 3 more that I like better. Certainly Physical Graffiti, certainly 4, certainly 2, Houses. So, although it's a great record, I couldn't get it in. And that same argument I could give you about Kiss, because with Kiss, I like rock, but Kiss was my Zeppelin growing up, so that's why I included Kiss. First Bad Company, I don't know if I mentioned that. The First Foreigner, I don't know if I mentioned that. And the first Cheap Trick album, great stuff. And the first Cars album. Talk about a record that's almost in and of itself a greatest hits record, the first Cars album. So those are all more than honorable mentions. Alice in Chains Facelift. Can't wait to see what you guys have to say and how you were able to reconcile this down to 5, because it was brutally tough. And we will find out as I go into a break.